Hi guys, in this video I would like to tell you about BMW i8. This model was produced from 2014 to 2020. For a few years this car was one of the coolest cars there is. But now that this model is 8 years old, is it still cool in 2022? Let's find out. In the end of this video we will hear a few expert opinions. There are a few cool features that make this car unlike a lot of cars we see around. The first thing I would like to mention here is the color. But this car is not fully gray. Take a look at these black elements and these silver lines. I think a white or silver color will look even better in contrast. And one of the coolest things of this car is these butterfly doors. I really like the way the doors open up and close. It feels pretty heavy. Look how massive this door is. Take a look at how cool the car looks with open doors. See this hole here and this one underneath. I'm not sure how functional those are, but they definitely make i8 look more unique. Not much of a trunk. Overall, the car still looks pretty futuristic. It still looks way more interesting than most cars we see around. Even after 8 years, this is one of the best cars ever made. But I think the roadster version looks even better, especially with the top down. So here we are inside. I have a feeling I'm in a spaceship. I don't think I ever felt the same way in any other car. It is quite unusual, but still cool. I really like this huge center console. The size of this console makes the interior wider and more spaceful. It makes the passenger seat seem far away from me. Look at this metallic ring. Not a big deal, but it makes the interior even more futuristic. I'm not really surprised to see pedal shifters in here. I think this is a must-have for any sports or sports-looking car. Like most of modern cars, BMW has a touchscreen, but you can control it with this touch control on central console, which is actually more convenient. The strange here is that the window here doesn't go all the way down. You cannot put your elbow up here, as it is pretty uncomfortable. One more cool detail of this car is these blue safety belts. Now black ones seem too boring to me. How does it drive? Let's get on the road and find out. Hear that sound? The engine noise is cool, but it's fake, 100% fake. This noise is just piped through the speakers. But it sounds really great. Without this piped-in sound, this car would be more regular and conservative. BMW i8 is pretty low to the ground. I would say unusually low. I think this makes this car even more sporty. I really like the way it drives. i8 handles nicely. It's a very easy vehicle to drive. I would say surprisingly easy. As easy as any other car. It's a really comfortable touring car. I think you can drive i8 hundreds and hundreds of miles and you won't feel tired at all. If this car had a larger trunk, it would be a very good choice for car trips. For a guy who doesn't drive such cars often, the acceleration feels pretty impressive. I sometimes even feel it shows me in the city. It's not crazy quick, but it is pretty quick. Now it's time to know a few more opinions about this car. Juliet, what do you like about this car?
I actually really like this car. I think the interior design is really good, and the exterior is like on point. Especially with these doors that are open, like
butterfly doors, right?
butterfly.
Yeah,
They call it butterfly?
I think so, yeah. They call it butterfly doors.
They remind me of wings. Like they open like wings of the car. Yeah, the interior is really nice. I like the lighting here. Those lights blue. I don't know if they change colors, but
neither do I.
The other thing that I like is the sound of the engine.
Yeah.
Even though I know that it's not real, it comes from the
speakers.
speakers,
right?
yeah. But the sound is really nice. It doesn't sound like a regular car. It sounds a little
like
bit different.
Car, right?
Like a space car.
like a sports car. And maybe maybe a spaceship or something. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I like.
Yeah. Okay. What do you not like about this car?
The first thing that I noticed is when you get into the car, it's really hard to get in, especially for girls. When you want to get out, you want to be dressed, and you
so true.
Yeah, you want to wear a dress, for example, and when you get in, it's so hard. You have to kind of like slide into the car, but you have to figure out the way. So if the first time if it's your first time getting into the car, it's probably gonna be very hard for you. So that's, I think, the main problem. The other thing that I noticed is the windshield is kind of small. So I would make it a little bit bigger, so there is a big roof, so I would make it like a panoramic roof with the bigger windshield. That's what I think. What else did I like? Oh, actually, another point, when you want to, like, when you have some, that's good. So when you have little things in your hands and you like getting into the car and you want to put those things somewhere, for example, like a little purse that you usually put like in a door right here, so there is no space to put it. And even from my phone, I couldn't find the space to put it somewhere here. Yeah, for keys, yes, but it's just too little. Also with cup holders, there's only one cup holder that in front of you. There are two in the back, but it's not really comfortable to get. Like, of course, not the passenger, but the driver would use this one. Yeah, but for me as a passenger, it's hard to.
It's convenient.
Yeah, not really convenient. So that's what I don't like. What else I would say? I think other than that, pretty nice car.
Do you think this car still looks modern?
I think so, actually, even though this car is like 7 years old or something. Yeah, it still looks modern, and especially with those like butterfly wings. Yeah, I think it does look modern.
Do you think it looks as modern as, I don't know, electric cars like Tesla or something?
It looks different than
in a
Tesla.
good way. In a good way, or in a...
It's just different. It's the same as you ask somebody to do like mother or father more. Yeah, but personally, the design of this car I like better than the design of Tesla. Maybe the interior design is better. You just cannot compare those two.
Yeah. What do you like about this car?
Well, you know, the first thing I've noticed, it feels really secure and reliable, because each element, when you touch it, you feel like, you know, it's pretty heavy, it's strong, it's great quality, and this car also feels mechanical in a good way. You know, it feels kind of old school. In a way that you feel protected in this car. It's, you know...
So kind of natural, right? No? Not exactly.
In a way, you know, it's like old school, those old school cars. Not that old when they weren't secure at all.
Not really old.
Yeah, but... yeah, it feels strong, powerful, and heavy in a way. That I like about this car. Also, I like that you can feel some kind of control, and you said this word before. When you drive it, you feel like there is some kind of power that you actually can rule this car. You actually drive it. It's not like all electronic when it drives itself.
It's easy to control, you mean? No?
Yeah, you need to push a little bit to control. That's why it makes you feel you are in control with this car. But also it's strong, so it's a nice feeling.
Yeah. Okay. What do you not like about this car? Is there anything wrong with this car?
Well, it's not that intuitive as I used to. Let's say when you try to adjust mirrors, for me, for the first time, it wasn't obvious how to do that. Yeah, lots of tiny things, and also, how do you call the thing?
I think mode switcher or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
so basically it wasn't that obvious for me how to manage it. Maybe it's a traditional thing, but I usually don't have any issues with that. But and it looks simple to me, but still it wasn't. Maybe it works in a little bit different way compared to what I used to. I wouldn't say I don't like it, but it was confusing a little bit. What else? I wouldn't drive this car, you know, so I enjoy driving it for an experience, just to feel it, and I would still enjoy to drive it once in a while, but I wouldn't drive it as an everyday car. I would rent it for a few days, you know. You feel cool, it feels great to drive it, but not for everything.
So it's not a utility vehicle, right?
Yeah. It's not practical, and it's not, well, it's comfortable in a way, as much as a car like that could be, but not for, you know, every day. You don't go to a grocery store with this car. At least I wouldn't go. Well, I would if I didn't have any other car, but still. Yeah.
Do you think this car still looks modern?
In a way, it feels like, you know, 10 years ago, it would be not just modern, it would overcome its time. It would be, you know, like futuristic, really futuristic. Right now it feels like it's still up to date, but kind of an old school car. So it's kind of eclectic, you know, and it's a combination of something traditional and really modern.
Okay, that's cool.
But it does look modern outside, but you know, like really modern cars, like there is this new way, you know, like space themed cars. So this one is a little bit different, not that modern as those cars.
Despite its age, BMW i8 still looks quite futuristic. You can help but notice it among other cars. I'm sure it will look and feel that way for at least the next several years. It has some cool features most cars don't. which makes this car even more unique than the regular cars we see around. It drives fast, not insanely fast, but more than enough for everyday use. It's not as quick as most of the modern sports or electric cars though. It doesn't have that much of practicality, which of course doesn't make it a utility vehicle. But its unpractical look still attracts a lot of attention. Overall, this car is real awesome and fun. Thank you for watching this video.